Well, it was a really interesting argument, and the justices were obviously so intrigued by what was going on that they gave extra time to both sides to argue it. The liberal justices seemed almost desperate to take everyone away from the very plain language of the statute, which is unambiguous. You can't misinterpret it in any way, and they clearly were trying to pull it away from that and to this whole public policy discussion about what would happen to Obamacare if they interpreted the law the way it was written. I do think they clearly wanted some way to knock it out because it was really interesting. Justice Ginsburg, almost at the beginning, she tried to bring up the issue of standing, an issue that really hasn't been in the case. She was trying to say that perhaps the plaintiffs in the case really didn't have standing to make their claims. The government has not asserted that, so she was bringing up something that really was not an issue in the case. I think, again, that's a sign of the desperation of wanting to get rid of this case without doing what they should do, which is interpret the plain language which says there's only subsidies only go to exchanges established by the states. Scalia in particular really gave the government a hard time. Donald Burwell, who's the Solicitor General, saying, look, if a text of a statute is unambiguous, are you really telling us that we should interpret it some other way just because it might be a disaster for the statute? And the government really didn't have a way of answering that question. Well, you know, the Chief Justice asked a few questions. He didn't ask a lot, but he also seemed to zero in on the text of the statute and whether it was ambiguous or not. From the very beginning, Justice Sotomayor used the term death spiral to describe what would happen if they interpreted this the way they were being urged to do it. There was quite a bit of discussion about that issue and whether it really would be a death spiral. At one point, the lawyer for the plaintiffs in this case told Justice Sotomayor that the facts that she was asserting were completely wrong and were not in the legislative record.